Hello everyone, welcome to Fantasy Recaps family. Today we're going to see a Russian feel-good movie from 2019 titled Robo. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. The movie opens in a high-tech laboratory. A couple named Victor and Nadia and their lab associate Katya have developed a universal rescue robot. They named the robot A112 and started to give training to behave like humans. The main purpose of this robot is to rescue people from all types of disasters. They teach him to walk straight, run on a treadmill, take pull-ups, and arrange glass tubes. At first, A112 failed in all of the tests. He fell down, broke the pull-up bars, crushed down the glass tubes, but after continuous training, he passed all the tests. He started to walk like humans, arranged the glass tubes gently, learned to do backflips, and solved some puzzles. He gained knowledge to save people from the accidents and damaged areas. Now A112 is perfectly ready to attend the test, which is going to be conducted by the Director General. The next scene opens in an elementary school. The robotic engineer's son, Mitya, is calling his mom, Nadia. Nadia declined the call and texted him to call his dad, saying she is busy. Mitya called Victor. Victor picked up the call. Mitya said he is not willing to attend the math class. Victor asked Mitya not to disturb him while working and forced him to attend the math class, saying it's very important to life. It seems Victor and Nadia are not spending much time with Mitya. Mitya's classmates overhears his conversation with his dad and bullied him. Mitya is very much interested in art. He loved to become a comic book artist, but his parents are forcing him to become an engineer like them. Mitya went to his math class. While other students are doing math, Mitya is drawing the picture of his crush named Olga, who is sitting opposite to him. Teacher found this and complained to Mitya's parents. Victor, Nadia, and Katya prepared the A112 for the test. Director General placed the A112 in the test area, and all others observed his actions through a camera. The test area is fully designed with augmented reality. Test number 1 is to save a person from a train accident. A112 found the victim ASAP, but instead of saving the victim, it asked him to choose one of the voice modules and listed them. So the director said A112 failed in the first test. Test number 2 is to save a person from a collapsed building. A112 found the victim, but instead of lifting the rubble, he guided the victim to come out through the gaps between them. Director said A112 also failed in the second test. Test number 3 is to save a baby, his mom, and an old man from a steel beam falling from an unstable crane. Instead of saving all of them, A112 saved only the old man. Director said A112 is supposed to save the baby and his mom, but he did the opposite and said their robot failed again. Victor and his team tried to convince the director, but he said A112 is unable to make human judgments and disapproved the robot. He asked them to rework on A112 to make it understand human feelings, since they're going to save real people. They returned to their lab disappointedly. Victor questioned A112 about what was going on with him. A112 said he was distracted by this image and showed Victor's family photo. Nadia said it's the picture of their family. A112 questioned what a family is. Victor said it's an absolutely irrelevant question and said mom, dad, son, daughter, and dog makes a family. A112 said that means Victor is his family and said he is his son. Victor said no, you're just a robot, and he returned home. Mitya is going to his home after school. On the way, he met his uncle named Kolya. He was a janitor in his school. He asked whether Mitya wants his room keys. It seems Mitya uses Kolya's room secretly to draw his paintings for his comics. Mitya said he didn't need the key today and reached home. Since the teacher complained about Mitya's drawing in class, Victor scolded him. Mitya said he didn't want to be like them and went to his room. In the nighttime, A112 took the family photo and placed it in his locker. He decided to go out of the lab to find his family. He placed his hand in the scanner, but the door didn't open, saying unidentified person, so he broke the door and went out. He walked in the middle of the road. A bus driver saw A112 and thought he was a human dressed like a robot and asked him to get off the street. A112 asked him about the family. The driver said the family lives at home. A112 thanked him for the information and went to find Victor's house. While he was walking, many humans saw him and ran away, thinking he is a ghost. A112 calculated the route for Victor's house and walked through. The next day, Mitya went to his school. Victor and Nadia went to their lab. Katya came there and told Victor that A112 escaped from the lab. Both of them were very shocked and started to search for him. On the other side, A112 reached Victor's house. He opened the door with his mechanical fingers and went inside. There he saw the family photo and confirmed it as Victor's house. He saw the reflection of him in the mirror. He was very happy to be there. Suddenly he heard some noise and hid in the restroom. It was Mitya. He entered the house and came to the restroom to freshen up. He cleaned his face with water and searched for the towel. A112 helped him by giving him the towel and asked him to dry well. Mitya got scared and ran into the next room. While running, he got hurt in his hand. A112 followed him and convinced him that he was not a threat. He scanned his hand and said Mitya will survive since it's just a small bruise. A112 introduced himself as a universal rescue robot and said his name is A112. Both of them started to discuss their personal lives. Mitya named him as Robo. On the other side, Victor and Nadia reported to the director that A112 ran away. Director described A112 as a monster and arranged a search team to find the robot, and asked his team to dismantle A112 when they found him. He also said he'll close the lab if the robot causes any danger to humans. Victor notices the missing family photo and goes to his house to check whether he is there. In the house, Robo and Mitya almost became best friends. Suddenly, they heard the sound of Victor entering the house. Robo hides inside a room. Victor said he forgot something in the morning and started to search in every room. While Victor searched the rooms one by one, Robo ran here and there silently and escaped from Victor's eyes. Mitya questioned him about what he was looking for. Victor said it's nothing and returned to his lab. Mitya took Robo to Uncle Kolya's room to hide him from the others. Mitya said it is his art studio and showed his comic arts. Robo saw all the drawings and technically said there was no symmetry in them. Mitya said art is not about symmetry, it's something beautiful. Robo asked him to define beautiful. Mitya showed him the sunset. Robo also gave technical definition to the sunset, but Mitya stopped him and said this was beautiful. Likewise, Robo started to learn many human emotions and feelings through Mitya. Mitya draws a secret symbol in both of their hands. They became best friends, and both of them were very happy to have each other. In the nighttime, Mitya asked Robo to stay safe in this place and went to his house. While eating dinner, Victor looks very sad. Mitya questioned him about what had happened. Victor told him about the robot and said his chief is going to destroy the robot when they find him. Mitya hid the whereabouts of Robo from his parents. The next day, Director and his search team planned to extend their search in every attic and basement of every house, since they didn't find A112. They also asked the police for help. On the evening, after the school was over, Mitya went to Uncle Kolya's room to see Robo. Robo and Kolya are playing cards in there. Robo was very kind to Mitya and Kolya. He learned about human nature. He also understands Mitya's feelings. Suddenly, some police officers came there searching for Robo. Kolya managed to keep them away. Robo and Mitya escaped from the house through the terrace. Mitya climbed to the shoulder of Robo and both of them jumped from one terrace to another and escaped from the place. Police thought A112 kidnapped Mitya as a hostage and broadcasted it in the news. After a long chase, Robo and Mitya hid in a construction building. Since it's night, they slept in that building. Robo created a safe situation for Mitya by creating a campfire. He also telecasted a cartoon using the projector in his body. Mitya missed his mom. Robo said he can bring him home in 23 minutes if he wants, but Mitya refused since if they see Robo, they'll destroy him. In Mitya's house, both Victor and Nadia were worried about Mitya. They missed him very much. They realized that they didn't spend much time with him. Victor said to himself that he created a robot but lost a son. Next day, Medea wanted to save Robo and to make the people realize him as a hero, so he planned to take Robo to the nearest town so that he can put off the forest fire, which is already burning there, and save people. First, Medea went to the nearest circus and got a clown dress, Robo disguised into a clown. Olga and her friend came there and saw Medea. Olga said everyone is searching for him. Medea asked Robo to remove the disguise and introduce him to Olga and her friend Anton to prove he is not dangerous. Olga shakes hands with Robo. Medea asked Olga to keep Robo safe in the park and went to take tickets to the nearby town. While going, a police officer saw Medea and called Victor. In the park, Anton recorded a video of Robo and posted it online to become famous. Director and other policemen saw the video on social media and came to the park. Victor reached the police station and met Medea. Victor asked about the robot and questioned how he escaped from him. Medea said Robo is his best friend and he is not a threat, but Victor didn't believe him. Medea refused to talk about Robo. Victor said he and Nadia invested 5 years to create this robot and promised he won't destroy him if he's not a threat. Medea took Victor to the park. There, Olga is doing makeup for Robo. Victor saw this and was shocked to see the behavior of A112. Victor ordered A112 to come home with him. A112 said his name is Robo and friends don't give orders. Victor apologized to him and realized that Robo had gained all human nature and emotions. Suddenly, the director and his search team came there with guns to destroy Robo. Robo sensed the danger and all of them started to run. After a short chase, Director and his team surrounded them. Director asked his team to destroy the robot. Victor tried to explain to him about Robo, but the director didn't listen to him. Suddenly, a container locked in a crane began to drop on the director due to the damaged rope. Suddenly, Robo calculated a way to save the director. He went near him and caught the container, falling from the crane, and the director escaped. The excess weight of the container crushed the robot and broke him into pieces. Director's team lifted the container using another crane, but there was no sign of life on Robo. Medea cried and shouted his name, but Robo didn't wake up. Victor thought Robo was completely destroyed and asked Medea to come with him. Suddenly, Robo moves his head and called Medea. Everyone became very happy. Medea and others hugged him. Victor took him to his lab and upgraded his parts. The director also approved the Robo since he saved him. On the next scene, Medea is showing his comics to his parents and Olga. It seems Victor and Nadia accepted Medea's art skills. Robo is preparing to take a family photo with them, and the movie ends here. Much thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, consider subscribing to our channel. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.